I just see where like the ground,
Yes.
and it's like sand, but it's a bit bigger and it's more shiny, like a shiny diamond sand.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Tell me more about it.
Yeah, I'm just like feeling it, and it's sort of sparkly, and like all the colors, and it's actually really comfortable. And it's, I don't know, I want to say like a beach of this type of sand, but
Yeah.
it makes it really special because of all the colors that come out of it.
From the sand or from the water?
Yeah, the reflection of the light, like on the sand and with the water, like everything, because it's like when the light reflects on a diamond, no? It makes like all the colors. So
Yes.
this is what it looks like. It's just shining from all the colors.
Beautiful. And what else can you see around this place?
Yeah, I see the water. So there's a sort of yeah, I want to say a beach, but yeah. So there's water. The water is a different. It looks different. Uh, it looks. I don't know how to say, but it's like turquoise. Like the color is really a beautiful, tropical color, but it feels like the density is more heavy for some reason.
The density of the water.
Yeah, it's like more heavy.
Okay. All right. And what else could you see?
It makes me really happy to be there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's I don't know, I feel like home. It's just beautiful. I feel good. I feel happy there.
Very good. How's the temperature feel like to you? Is it warm, cold, just right?
This is gonna sound weird, but I feel like there's not some like there's I don't know how to say, but it's like a question that I would not ask myself.
Mm-hmm. There's not existing. That's such question. Yeah.
I don't know, but like, oh, I've never asked myself that.
Very good. Thank you. That's a good information. Can you, is there anything that you could see around that is noticeable for you?
No, just I keep seeing an image that if I would put the water like in a glass, it's not like see through. Like the water is like I could go inside and swim, but it's not see through. It's really dense. So
Mhm.
this is only what I was seeing.
Yeah. How do you feel about this water?
Yeah, it's not like us. It's not like water like us. It's like healing water, sort of. Yeah.
Mhm. Beautiful. All right. I want you to pause that and we will go back to the water in a bit. I would like for you to feel your body and see, do you feel that you have a body?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm inside something,
Yes. Do
but
you
I don't see it.
yeah, that's okay. You will slowly be able to tell the details. Do you perceive yourself to have a physical body or something else?
And I see the reflection of the sparkling sand, like it reflects on me like a mirror. So I would say some sort of translucid mirror. Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
very good. All right. Do you feel that you have a feature like humanoid body or could be something else?
Yeah, because I feel sort of like two legs. Yeah.
Two legs. Yeah, very good. Can you explain? I would like for you to look down onto your legs and see. Can you explain what does it look like?
Yeah, it's just the reflection. Like I just see sparkle,
Mm.
like it's sort of like see-through, but it's not see-through. Like I reflect what's around.
Mm. Do you have toes and fingers like human?
I don't see such thing as toes, but I feel legs and yeah, and a head like sort of similar shape. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But see-through.
Yeah, and reflecting as
Yeah.
well. Very good. Do you wear any outfits?
I wonder if this is an outfit or this is like an outfit that I created.
Mm. All right. Outfit. All right. Do you feel comfortable in this outfit?
Yes, because I feel like no shape. So I feel that I can take sort of yeah, yeah, I'm very comfortable.
Very good. Is this outfit is something that you normally wear in your life? In
Yes, but outfit is not the correct word because it's more of a shape than an outfit. It's yeah.
mm. If we were to call it, what would you call it? You call it shape or
Yeah,
something
my
else?
body. I would call it my body. It's like I made my body this way.
You made your body this way.
Yeah.
Ah. Mhm. Is it equivalent to skin and flesh in human form? Or is it something you can take off and on?
Yeah, I think it's both.
Right. Mhm. Do you feel like that is one of the forms that you manifest or
Yeah,
um okay. All right.
like I feel because now I feel that it was so confusing to try to understand this that I see that I'm now shifting. I can shift. I'm I'm now I'm not translucent anymore. I'm becoming more of a something you can see. But
Amazing.
I made this change because to help understanding. Yeah.
Very good. And what's you shifting into?
Yeah, more regular sort of type of yeah, not translucent, like a shape, like a body that I can see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reflective anymore. Like this is another body, but it's the same. But it's just, yeah, like I can see my hands. Like I see my hands. They are normal, but they are longer, longer hands. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I would like for you to get in touch with this feeling, whether each shifting of the ear shape and the form, does it have a purpose for each shape that you're shifting into?
I feel like it can have any purpose that I want it to have, like any situation or anything that is more helpful according to my environment, um, according to the people that are around me as well. Like anything that I feel like.
Very good. I wonder if you have anything in your hands or carrying anything or any jewelries or ornaments.
Yeah, actually, there's something around my fingers. Around, yeah, yeah, there's something on my finger,
Mm,
and it's really beautiful.
yeah.
And I see also my nails are like another color, but it's not nail polish, like they are another color. Yeah.
Great. And what is it on your finger?
It's like a precious stone that is also a beautiful sort of green. Yeah. And like, yeah, it's a really precious stone that I carry. Yep.
Mm. Does it have a shape?
Yeah, it's sort of like I would say yeah, it has a shape, but I don't know how to describe it, but yeah.
Hmm. How is it important to you?
Hmm. I felt a lot of things when you say that. I felt like it was I want to say cultural, but that's not what I mean. Like there's no other word, but something we do
Mm.
wearing this type of precious stone. But I feel it's also sort of grounding because I can shift shape. So this helps me to ground because, if you shift a lot, you can sort of lose like your balance, let's say. So this
Yes.
helps, yeah, grounding. And it's also like I sort of talk to to the precious stone, like we are and like together, sort of, yeah, like she's decided to be my companion. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Mm. And did you say that it is something that people in your race would do as well to wear this precious stone and help you grounding? Am I correct?
Yeah, now that you say that, I saw other images, and it's because everybody learned to shift shape. So, yes, then through this learning, at some point, there will be some sort of ceremony well, they will give you your stone that, and you learn to shape shift with the support of your stone.
Beautiful.
Like the stone and you, like, yeah, he sort of chooses you. Yeah.
Mm, beautiful. All right, that's very good.
Hmm.
I would like for you to feel yourself. Do you feel healthy?
That's not a question I would ask myself.
There's no such thing as healthy and unhealthy in your planet. All right. What
Yeah,
about
it's just to say it's related to the water I talked earlier.
yeah? What about
Mm.
the age? Is it a topic within your realm as well? Oh no.
I feel sort of ageless,
Yeah.
and I feel also at the beginning I was like, oh, am I a woman? But I feel also I feel really sensitive, but I feel like I'm not so much a woman, but I'm not a man.
Mm.
But I do feel really sensitive, but I don't necessarily feel like a woman.
So does it feel that you don't really define each other to have a gender?
Yeah, no
Mm.
gender.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Okay. Do you feel like this is the place, this is home? Did you say, right? Do you,
I felt like that. Yeah.
mm, mm. Do you have a place that where you um, eat or rest? Do you even rest? Do you eat?
Hmm, I connect to it. I don't really eat per se.
How do you sustain your energy?
I connect to this healing water.
Right. Mm. What about resting? Do you rest?
Yep.
Mm. All right. We're going to be going to the place where you rest. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And on the count of 1, we'll be there. 3, 2, going to the place where you normally rest. 1, be there now. Can you tell me what you see?
I see some sort of shape, like suspended, and it's also reflective. Like it's hard to actually see because it reflects the things around. That's
Yes.
why it feels like there's nothing here because, yeah, because I can, they are hard to see because they reflect things around. Because
Yeah.
since earlier I was like, there's nothing here. But yeah, so it's because everything reflects, so it looks like there's nothing. So yeah, it's sort of a shape, like I would say round, more of a round shape, like there's no harsh corner. And it's suspended a little bit in the air, like
Yes.
like a meter sort of from the ground, maybe more. And inside of that, it's a place that I go to.
How big is this place?
It doesn't look so big, but once you're inside, you can, like, again sort of change things. So it's big enough because of that.
Mm. How many how many people do you feel that it can fit in there? Is it a lot or a family or how does it feel?
It feels like it's just for me. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And how do you enter that?
I just think about it.
Right. That's easy. Would you like to go inside?
Mm.
All right. Be there now and tell me what's inside.
Not much. There's nothing. I don't know how to explain what I'm seeing, but it feels like there's nothing inside.
Mm. And what do you do inside of that place?
It feels like a place to just like connect with myself, to sort of rest. But it's not like I need something because I can shapeshift and I can make other things shift also. So because of that, it feels like I don't need anything ever. So I just sometimes go there to rest, and I feel like I go there to practice also different skills. I use this space as a space of yeah, creation, practices, connection. I can create things there, and it just gives me a bit more sort of intimacy to do so, but I can create things.
Very good. What do you practice? What do you practice at the moment?
I'm seeing like a corridor, like it's like I'm making tunnels, but light tunnels to go to other places. Like I'm creating tunnels, and we can go to places through those tunnels.
Mm. That sounds amazing. How do you do that? How do you create? What do you need?
Just my energy, because I see nothing. It's just, yeah, my energy and practice and thoughts, and like it's not easy, even if it seems like I'm saying poof and a tunnel appears, but no, it's more complicated than that, because I have to concentrate to create matter, and that's the difficult sort of part, because it can be a bit flimsy, so we cannot use it. So it really has to be like the energy has to be aligned so that someone could move in it. So it cannot be unstable, like it has to be stable.
Yeah. Mm. Does it only need you to do that, or do you need a collaboration of someone else too to help doing it?
Yeah, I think other people could do it too, but not everyone. Like we do different things.
Mm.
But this is one of the things I'm sort of working on, creating energy channels to go to other places.
Mm. And what is this tunnel for? I mean, to go to places, but what is the purpose of that?
Yeah, I was wondering because I'm like, I just came inside my house sort of by thoughts, teletransportation. So why do I need a tunnel to go somewhere else? But then I hear that the tunnel supports your energy better if you want to go further. Like there are so many places you can go by transportation, like just with your body you can go. But if it's far, it helps to have this tunnel of energy to ensure that there's no disruption in your light body, sort of.
Yeah.
That the sort of particles all stay together. Like you cannot go too strong, too far just by teleportation because it will affect your light body.
That makes sense. Mm. What is
Does it?
all right? I want you to tune into this life and see what sort of sense of responsibility that you have within this life. Or what do you do most of the time in this life?
I really wonder because I see nothing. I just see the water is really important. We don't need to eat. We don't need so much to sleep. We can shift. I do feel a community, but there's just so much space and so much like, yeah, like people work on the gift that they have, but it's not so much for the community, it's sort of for outside. I feel that we're doing this for outside. There's sort of a greater mission to it, which is not necessarily benefiting our own community, but benefiting like the whole. I don't know how to explain, but
Mm,
it's benefiting other people as well, like other community.
right. Do you feel like the whole community is, do you feel like is it a whole as the planet or just this community that is doing for others, planet or even universe and
Yeah, other planet. Yes, yes.
yeah. At what level? Is it a level of a whole planet that doing this or whole existence or just the community that you're in?
I think my planet is quite small, to be honest, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's like the whole planet is like that, like the water, and then we work on our gift, but it's sort of not a big planet. And we're really connected to planets around,
Mm.
and then we're sort of expanding as well our outreach with
Yeah.
these light tunnels. So we want to bring, yeah, we sort of want to bring our knowledge to other places. And to do that, these light tunnels, they help to go further. And when we go there, we support communities. Yeah, I feel like we teach these things that we do, like creation with the light.
Yeah. Hmm. Very good. Do you feel like you have a name?
Yeah,
Can you spell it for me or pronounce it for me?
no,
Hmm. Do you feel like your planet has a name? Doesn't have to. I'm just curious.
I don't, I have difficulty hearing names.
Okay. Would you like to know or it doesn't matter to you?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay. That's all right. Very good. All right. You up to this point, do you think there's anything that you know about this place, this life that you would like to tell me?
It's just really peaceful. I
Mm.
like to go there once in a while, Not all the time, but I feel like there's this a place that I always go back to. And that's why I feel home, because this is a place where I'm very peaceful and I can really just connect and contribute. And I feel like I'm really aligned with this community of outreach and going to other places and showing how to create. So I feel really good over there. It's
Very-
really like fulfilling for me to be there.
Mm, right. Do you feel like you would like to go to the water again, the turquoise water, and find out what you guys do about water? Is there something that we would like to explore?
Well, as it happened at the same time you said it, it's just that connecting to the water, ideally even touching it, is just like refuel the whole body, if I can call it a body. It's just
Mm,
refuel it, and as if no, there's no human thing that I could compare it
yeah.
but yeah, it just cleanse and yeah, it's just this is all we need. And it's not only for our body, it's sort of it's alive. It sustains everything actually. It's really important. It's like sacred.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
And you said that you can connect to this water. How do you do that?
Just with my thoughts, like just if I think about it, I connect to it.
Right. And this is everybody in your planet would do with this water.
Yeah, like some people would do ceremonies, some people would, lightly touch it, some people would stand in it. Um, some people also keep a little bit of it with them, I guess, to help other things, other cleansing or other even manifestation, because it's like it's alive. Yeah.
Mm. Interesting. Can you explain the landscape of this water?
Yeah, because I only see one like main image, which is sort of the sparkling sand and the water. And that's why I have the feeling it's a small planet, because I feel that it's like the whole planet is just like that, like pieces of sparkling sand and then the water. And then and then the little bubble that we have that are, you know, and that's pretty much it. This is the planet, it seems like.
Mm. Beautiful. All right. It's very good. Is there anything else that we could know about this sacred water?
No.
Okay. All right. Close that scene now. We would like to know a little bit more about this life. And let's see what turns up. And we would like to go to another important day in that life. Another important day in that life where something important's happened. Another important day when something is happening. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. What can you see?
I see the community is like all together, and yeah, we're sort of all together.
Yes. Is there something important in that day that you get together, or is it something that it's quite normal as a routine, or is it something else?
It feels like it's this is where I decided to sort of come here.
Mm. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I feel like I decided to leave this place and to come here. And it's sort of okay because I can go back like it because it's different there, huh? It's not like here, so I can go back, and I will go back actually. But at that time I decided to leave and to come here.
Mm. I would like to know more about the conversation that leads to this decision.
I see myself in front of someone that looks important. I guess some sort of community um, guide, a guide, and we're talking, and he sort of supports my decision to go.
Yes.
But there's a lot of like discussion around it. Seems like a big deal. I don't know why, because I know I came here before. Like it's not my first time coming on Earth, but it's sort of like a big deal.
Yeah. Tell me more about that.
Like nobody else is going. I'm just only me. So maybe that's why it's like a big deal, because it feels like I could stay there, no? But I decide to go. And I know they're not going. I just will be me. So we're sort of talking about that. Would I be okay? Like, you know, it's not an obligation. Sort of like that. And then I'm saying, yeah, I understand, but I can come back. So I know that. So it's okay. And I want to go because I want to contribute. Um, like what I do there, creating tunnels of light, sort of feel helpful. But then I know I'm not creating tunnels of light here. But my energy is, yeah, my energy is because it is something my soul has inside. So without me necessarily knowing, this is what happens here. My soul creates sort of tunnels of light, and it helps.
Yes. What kind of knowledge that led into that conversation that triggers your feeling that you wanted to come? What kind of knowledge at the beginning? How do you know that the earth needs help? And
Yeah, that's why all the community is there, because they're talking about transition, so that's why tunnels of light are important, and that's why we can contribute. And that's why I decide sort of to go to sort of contribute to something greater than myself, no, to contribute to a cause, to contribute to the overall well-being. But it's like an important because of the transition. Yeah, like we cannot fail this mission.
Mhm, mhm. And with this tunnel of light, how could this benefit the earth?
I see it, but I don't know how to explain it. But it changes around, it makes changes in the invisible. So when you bring tunnels of light, it changes the energy around. So if the energy was sort of going in circle, it makes it more fluid, more circular, like, so it allows for a better energy transmission. Yeah.
Mm,
Transmission. Yeah.
mm,
So more fluidity. So if there's anyone on the other side, let's say if there's a good energy, it will be better, like better spread.
yes. Very good. Thank you. All right. So we would like to move the time forward a little bit and see what the decision that you made. 3, 2, 1. Be there now.
I'm not on the planet anymore.
Where are you?
I'm I'm I want to say I'm in love. I'm just in love. And it's a place.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I'm with my guides, my angels,
Yes.
and we're talking about my incarnation here and sort of the we're looking at a map of my life path and seeing the different options, and we're discussing what is best um, for my soul and for my mission.
Very good. I wonder, how did you live that life? How did your body die like a human,
No.
or no? Okay. Can you explain? Because I'm curious.
Oh, how I went to the planet to in love. So no, my body didn't die. I because I can shapeshift. It
Right.
feels like I just consciously decided to take my original form, which is sort of no form, like let's say just a sprinkle of light. Yeah, I
Yeah.
shapeshift into it. I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. And so you transform into another, go to another place. Is this place a planet or a physical realm? What is it? How would you describe this place?
Where I am with my guides.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like it's in love. So it's just around me. It's just love. Like I feel it in the air. It's beautiful. It's I would, yeah, I would say another dimension because I'm not in a place.
Yes.
It's a dimension. Yeah.
Mm. All right. Tell me what's going on. What are you discussing with your guides?
I mean, it's super weird the way I'm describing it because I feel like we're like, I talk as if we are in a room with a map, and but in reality, in bracket, it's not that at all. It's just there's just nothing. And yeah,
What do you understand? What do you know?
I just know this is what we're doing, but technically there's just nothing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But so but it's very nice because I love my angels. I don't want to say guides. Those are my angels. Guides are not there. Those except one. There's one guides. One
Mm.
guide.
Can you explain to me that how do they show up in front of you right now?
I just know he's there.
Mm. How many of them do you know? Or
Yeah, two angels and one guide.
mm-hmm. One guy. Do they have feminine or masculine energy or quite neutral?
This guide has more of a masculine energy. He's like my other half. We're
Mm.
like we're like other halves. And the angels, yeah, they're like no. Mm, but again, they're like no. But yeah, it's not like gender is not an appropriate word, but I know that one of my angel is more concerned about specific things and the other is more concerned about other things, and together they balance it, no?
Mm. Can you tell me about each of the concerns or
Yeah,
specialty?
yeah, so there are things that we would attribute to masculine and feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So let's, but it feels limiting to call it this way though. Like
Yeah.
I would not choose those words to be honest, but so let's use them for the purpose of this. But one one of them is more about making sure that like that I it's more about the mission and the reasoning behind it and like the purpose and like I want to say decision making, but it's not necessarily that. And like grounding, no? Like did those like more logical, I want to say.
Yeah, logical. Right.
Yeah. And the other one is more about, yeah, more the feminine aspect. So I feel like she's really putting a lot of love around me, like making sure I don't set up sort of objectives that are, I tend to put things like just set up a high objective, it feels like that
Mm-hmm.
could be hard on me. So she wants to make sure that, I stay sort of emotionally balanced through it, that I don't put too much on my shoulders, sort of. Um, lots of, yeah, love and lots of connections to emotions. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What about a guide? What can we know about this guide?
Yeah, he's more on the side because he's not there to like influence me. Like he's not gonna share his opinion if I don't ask for. He's just there to support me because he will be my primary guide. So he wants to be there to understand the reasons of my decisions, to ensure that he really supports me in any way he can. So it's important he really knows exactly what is it that I want to achieve, to better guide me once I'm there.
Beautiful. Does anyone has anything that they want to talk to you or tell you right now?
They all started talking at the same time. We have a lot to say.
Oh, I
I
like
couldn't
that.
understand any of them.
Okay.
But let's just ask them to go one at a time. But they just want to say, I guess, the general message is that, you know, to not worry because we did plan this through, and all all is going according to plan. Like they are just nodding and, you know, telling me that they're proud and they're so happy and to not worry, because they say I worry a lot about those kind of things. Like, am I on the right place, sort of? And they say, yes, it's absolutely going according to what we wanted. And to not be so hard on myself. It feels like sometimes I'm afraid that I will not make the right decision, which makes me doubt and go into the endless circle of confusion. But just to trust that whatever comes, and that I don't need that much thinking, deep thinking, but if I have more trust, I will have less confusion and less thinking. So to just sort of go, like take the action without fearing that is not the correct one, because then everything would fall into place. Like they say you believe that you create your thoughts, because it's exactly the background of my soul. I come from, not that I come from, but I like to spend a lot of time on this planet, that I create everything. So this continues to stay with me and to manifest here. They're showing me, like, I want to go from a top of a mountain to another, and I just start walking in the air, and then the passage appears as 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 I walk. No,
Yeah.
so they're saying that this this that I've been like practicing on this other planet is still with me here. So that's why it's so natural for me to feel this way. But now the confusion will lessen when I take actions, when I take the step, when I walk into the unknown. It will become clear then.
Beautiful. What's another guide want to tell you, or angel, whoever wants to come next?
Yeah, that was like more of a like the masculine angel. And the feminine one just wants to just surround me like in a cocoon of love and saying that I am love. And she says that she saw the beautiful transformation in my heart. Like, it's so open, it's so balanced, it's so, she says, ready. It's so ready. And she said that it's all coming now. Like I am entering a space of receiving. I've been giving, and I'm entering a space of receiving. And she says to make sure that I allow myself to receive. It's really important for me to receive. Doesn't mean to be selfish, but to to be equal. Yeah.
Beautiful. To be equal.
Yeah.
And that is not selfish at all, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm. What in a practical way that she can allow herself to receive and feel? Do you have any suggestion for her?
Hmm. By small, like very small sort of actions, like very easy to implement. Basically, when someone does something, to just say thank you and not there's no need to give back in exchange or in return. Like this is the small things to start with that could, and then when you put your energy into just this, acknowledging when you receive and then saying thank you without the need to give back, then it sets the energy, no, of acceptance, the openness of receiving, and the rest sort of follows automatically.
Mm, beautiful. What about the feeling of not good enough? Do you feel like there's is something that you would like to tell her, or has she completed that lessons?
It comes and goes still. So it comes back when she's not aligned with her truth.
Mm. Tell us more about that.
When she's aligned with her truth and what she really wants, she does feel complete. She does feel enough. She feels fulfilled. But when she's not, she does things that don't resonate.
Yes.
Good enough. Yeah,
Mm.
it's just as simple as that.
Yeah. So as a human, is sometimes with the social conditioning and things around us, it's quite challenging. What can we do to make sure that we stay aligned with our truth and values?
Yeah, this is a direction that she's decided to take now. Um, so I'd like to say that this feeling will has already started to fade away and will continue to fade away.
Mm.
The only residual feeling that will stay is sometimes a bit of an imposter syndrome, a bit of a, yeah, fear, like doubt of her capacities. But the feeling of not being enough will is already fading away. For
Mm.
the other type of feeling, they will just be temporary.
Yeah.
And I would just like to add that in these situation, I would suggest to take perspective. What's really helping her is when she takes a greater perspective on the situation. Um, so just to remove herself, take the distance. There's a really beautiful um, meditation that she's done before that helps her to do that. Um, the one that first can ground her to the earth and then helps her to move away from the earth into the galaxy And from there, it helps her to reconnect to her soul and to remember that those, you know, smaller life events cannot alter who she is, cannot change who she is deep inside. And so she will reconnect with her truth and come back without these doubts.
Very good. Thank you. And because I feel that as light workers that come here to do things to raise the vibration of Earth, such a big mission, sometimes we encountering with this imposter syndrome. And so I'm just wondering if you would be so kind to be able to help us, give us some advice whenever we feel that we are in that state of imposter syndrome. What can we do to overcome this or transmute this?
It's always about heart connection, connecting to your heart because this is your mind talking. It's not your heart. Inside of you, you know your mission. You know what you're doing. You know what you're here to do it. You know you're doing it. So then your mind sometimes take over and decides otherwise, decides that you're an imposter. But deep down you know that you're not. So keeping the heart connection. Recently, she started to tap on your heart. We've given her this tool to support this connection, this resonance, and this also this decision making through the heart center. So tapping to the heart is a good thing, is a good movement to do to
Yeah.
come back. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to come back to the guide. Does he has anything to say?
Yes, a lot.
Please go ahead.
It's about the feeling of loneliness. Just to know that she's not alone, even if it does feel like she is. And
Yes.
we are always saying that, and we know that the perspective from Earth is different, but she's not alone because we are always, always, always there, even more than 100% of the time. Um, so she can continue to talk to us when she feels anything that she thinks in her head, she can say it out loud. We know that it can be weird, but this is a way to reinforce the connection and to bring us closer. And slowly, slowly, we are also coming more into, she is elevating her energy, and we're able to come more into the same energy level. And that's why she's seeing sparkle of light each day now. She sees sparkle of light, and she knows it's us. And so it's important for her to remember, even if she feels lonely, at the same time, she knows we're right here. So it's just to remember that.
Thank you. What about um the image at Garpangan at the twin villa that she saw, what was that?
Yes, that was an angel. I want to
What?
say Angel Michael.
Mm. It was Archangel.
Yes.
What was the reason for her for Archangel Michael to be present at that time?
He came as a celebration of her happiness. He came as a confirmation of what she was feeling inside already. She was feeling such deep happiness that was that was shining from so far away. And so he came to acknowledge it and to thank her for being this light on earth.
Beautiful. Was there any message that he would like to tell her at that time?
A confirmation that continuing to vibrate to vibrate at this energy does bring her closer to the spiritual world. And eventually she will be able to see more and more manifestation because she will raise her vibration.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there any other message from guide?
Yes. Her feeling is correct. There are many doors in front of her, and she decided at that stage in her life to have the possibility to choose. So there are indeed many paths in front of her that could be taken. All of them are good. All of them could also lead to different places, but just for her not to fear because all of them are beautiful. All of them brings her to fulfillment and happiness. And so to not to worry about missing something if she takes one path, but just knowing that they all lead to fulfillment.
Yes. Thank you. Is there any other message?
Trust. To have trust in herself. If she trusts herself, it will flow like a crystal river. It will be so easy, so flowing. It's the fact that she doesn't trust that sometimes create delays or blockages. So she really has to learn to trust.
Yes. What else would you like to tell her?
She will be wondering how to learn to trust.
Yes.
So, for that, I'd like to say it's quite similar as learning to follow your intuition. So, it's about quite the same step. To be able to follow your intuition, you need to tone down the noise around. You need to be in a quiet state. You need to be comfortable in your body. You need to be in a positive environment. So I would say the same for trusting yourself. Taking care of your body, that is your temple. Taking care of your mind, of your soul, of your spirit. Taking care of all the different layers of yourself to really feel connected, grounded. And she knows already how to do that. So it would be to ensure of those that those principles are really anchored on a daily basis. And from there, the connection again to her heart center will be easy, and the trust comes from there.
Yes. That's beautiful. Thank you. Do you feel like this is appropriate if we go into the sets of questions that we have?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So, I would like to ask anyone who is present here, whether it be angels or guide or whoever turned up, that would be able to give the most appropriate answers for the questions that we have. Do you have permission to ask questions?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you very much. So the first one that I would like to ask is that out of everything that you could have shown her, you showed her that life in that planet. What was the reason for you to show her that?
For her to reconnect to herself, because it's important that she remembers that the transitions that she feels in this moment is indeed very important. It's actually the reason she came here. So by taking a little bit of perspective, as we suggested a bit earlier, it can really give her the big picture of that it's not only about the little, let's say, the little preoccupation that she has. It's really bigger than that. So if she takes a bit of perspective, she'll be able to see that these coming years will be important because she will be modeling a new life, a new path. Even I will go to the extent of saying a new person. Um, so to connect her back to this life where the creation was her gift and the creation came easy. She was not doubting. She was not wondering if she was able to do it or not. She didn't have imposter syndrome. It was her role was to create. And she was doing it in a magnificent way. And it's as easy to do it here as she was doing it there.
Yes, it's beautiful. And what lessons could we learn from that life?
Trust is the very big lesson, and that's why we've mentioned it before. Trust is one of the lessons.
Mm, thank you. And how can she integrate that trust into this life?
It's quite similar to what we've mentioned, but it's to connect to her heart center, because she knows it's her mind taking taking the lead sometimes, but connecting to a heart center brings trust.
Yes, thank you. All right. What about her life in this life here? What could you tell her? What kind of wisdom that, or some lessons that we could learn from the life up to here? The life, the current life.
The life on earth,
Yeah, the life on earth.
lessons from the life on earth.
Why did she have to go through the life like that? What was the purpose?
It's not so much of a lesson than a reconnection to her truth.
Yes,
So the lesson would be to learn to reconnect to who she is.
beautiful. All right. So the first question of hers, she would like to know what would be the next step to take on this path of transition.
Any step, she can take any step, but she just needs to take one. She just needs to put one feet in front of the other, which she's not doing now. She's going in a circle. She needs to
Yeah,
take a step in front, from in front in one direction. She just needs to take one, whatever it is.
yes. Okay. She wants to know how could she be always confused about where to live and feeling so unsettled.
Mhm. Yes, this might come from the place she was when she before coming to Earth as well, because she, even though it was it was a place of creation, of manifestation of different places. And so it's normal that her soul feels like a wanderer here, um, because she's in search of creation, exploration, discovery. It's just part of who she is. Um, and she actually will continue to be this way because she decided to do so.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. So she just needs to accept how she is without wanting to be someone else or something else. And then eventually she'll make the decision to stay somewhere and she'll be happy.
there's no need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And as we're talking about, eventually she will make a decision to be somewhere, and she wants to know how does she get there.
She will get there once she take a step forward in relation to what she'd like to manifest.
Yes,
Things will present themselves to her. She will have options. Um, so we cannot say one place or another because they will unfold depending on the option that she takes. But as we mentioned, all of them will bring her fulfillment, but we would advise her to take a step forward initially towards the path that she now wants to take, and
Yes.
then the rest will eventually unfold. And it's not as far as she thinks. It could actually be sooner than later. Um, she could decide to settle somewhere. She doesn't need to wait for anyone or anything, because it will manifest wherever she is. So she can certainly, in the coming month, take the decision to settle somewhere if she wants to. This is perfectly okay.
Because she has this sort of fear of new chapter. What, which when I'm saying fear, it's not the fear, but you probably understand how she feel, for lack of a better word, with the new direction, new chapter in her life. And what could you advise her on that?
We know that she's a bit in the. There's a bit of a veil in front of her eyes at the current moment. There's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of uncertainties. It's true. The reason it's like that is because she decided that she would have multiple choices in this stage of her life. She wanted it that way. And she's doing better than she thinks, because if she stay really grounded, it will actually unfold quite easily. So we would recommend her to not go too much into space and into deep thinking, but to really stay grounded, to spend a lot of time in nature, to eat very good grounding food that helps her to connect with the energy that the food provides her as well, and feel connected to the earth, because ultimately the purpose is to live those experiences here and to contribute to the mission here. Again, to not forget the perspective that we gave her, that there's a reason for that, and they all lead to the same place, which is fulfillment. And if she's fulfilled, her light is spreading. So just to know that, stay grounded, take one step at a time, move forward, and the rest will follow. So have trust.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. She had a dream last night about this. She's got given a blue flame as a gift. Am I,
Yes.
what can we know about that?
It's just a gift to for her to utilize. She has a whole she always makes reference to her suitcase. Um, but she also has a suitcase she's carrying with her of all of her gifts that she's carrying for all of her past lives or her future lives, or that just inhabit in her soul. And this was more of a reminder that all those gifts are inside of her, and to support her in not doubting that she possessed them, and that she can just remember and use them in her life, in her current life.
Yes. How can she utilize that?
When she's connected to her heart, again with her heart and intuition, all the gifts comes, all the gifts move up and down, all the gifts are inside of her. They're right there. They're moving up, down. They are in her energy system. But if she goes into the daily life without connecting to it, the door to it is her heart. So if she goes, she doesn't connect, it's okay. But she's more in a robotic role. But if she pauses, calms down, ground, connects to her heart, all the tools are available. It's like a toolbox. Jouet. Well, how do we call the thing that the kids play with? Yeah, tools. No,
Yeah.
yeah, toolbox. But
Yes.
like a magical toolbox. And it comes intuitively to her. So it's not that it's only this blue flame. She has also many other tools. Just her hand, for example, are one of them. Or her aura does feel the emotions of other people. That's another tool. Um, her channeling is another tool, and all these are inside of hers. But yeah, it's just to quiet her mind and connect to it. But she's doing it. It's just in moments of fear, in moments of doubts. There's a need to rebalance because it's in these moments that we lose the balance and there's too much movement. So we need to settle everything
Yes.
to make sure that we listen to what's inside.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Another question. I don't know if it's appropriate. It could have been answered already when she was running at the Rama 8th bridge, and there was the feeling of she was on a loop twice and see the same thing twice. What could you explain that event for her? Is it appropriate to talk about it now?
Yes.
What could we learn about that? What was happening?
It was, as she said, it was a realignment of her life path because there could have been another. There's a lot of life paths, but some of them are small and lead back to the original one, if I may say. Or some of them are bigger and brings to other life paths, other direction that won't necessarily go back to the ultimate um, ultimate uh, direction. Um, and her life path was realigned because she did make decisions. It was subconscious. It was not something she was conscious of, but she made the decision to prioritize herself. She made the decision to put herself forward. She made the decision to change. And this is where her paths were realigned.
Beautiful. Thank you. And the last question that she would like to ask is she would like to know where our soul come from.
from the source.
Mhm. What would you like to tell us? What can we learn?
We all come from the source. It's like the river, and the river on top of a mountain falls on a waterfall, and then it sprinkle all these little drops. The drops are all the souls, but they're still part of the river and the waterfall. They're all one. But then they go on and they live their whole experience, their whole life when they're in a drop form. And then eventually they fall back. And what they brought will contribute to the river. And so she comes from the source and she goes out, makes her experience, and comes back. With time and with life and experience, each soul will feel an attraction to a certain group, and the group that she feels attracted to are the creators, those that she visited earlier in the session. So she feels attracted to this group. It's her family. And other souls have other families as well that they feel at home with. But it doesn't change the fact that all the souls belongs to the source.
Yes. How does it feel like to be at the source? I'm curious.
It feels like love. It feels like unity. It feels like awareness of, of the smallest thing and the greatest thing at the same time.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm wondering if we could do some healing work on her body, please. Is that appropriate today?
Yes.
Okay. She has this pain on her neck at the moment, which seems to cause from the concussion from the accident. What was happening back then? What were you trying to tell her?
It's you said it yourself, a pain in the neck. There's something in her life that's a pain in the neck for her. That's just a reflection of it.
Yes. What's the message that you would like her to know and perhaps take some action or put things into perspective?
It's not for us to tell her, but it's just the realization that this is just a reflection of her feeling. She doesn't feel passionate about her work anymore and what she does, and so she has pain in her neck. This is connected, but once she'll take action, that she'll move forward, ultimately this will, I cannot find the right word, but this will disappear.
Yes. Can we let, now that she understands that, is it appropriate to heal this today?
Yes, we can bring some healing for her physical comfort.
That would be great, please. If you could go ahead and do that, please. Can you tell us what are you doing as you're doing it?
We are sending waves of energy to her energetic system. That's she feels it right now. She feels like if she would be in a roller coaster,
Yes,
because we're just shaking things a little bit to remove all of the times that she wasn't feeling aligned with her work. All these thoughts have settled into her body. All these thoughts have become little pain in the neck. So we're just shaking things up to make them loose, to remove them, for them to leave her physical body and then to replace it with shining energy.
yes. Does it have a color or sound?
We want to bring her back to the sound of the water of the planet she comes from.
Yes,
And so it will help to replenish those spaces with a beautiful healing watery energy.
yes. What kind of sensation can she feel now?
After the roller coaster, she now feels it settling, like as if she was floating on top of really dense water.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Would you like for her to help imagining anything to help taking this pain out of her body?
At the moment, she's already, but we will take this occasion to mention that each time she drinks water, if she could visualize the same water from the planet that she visited earlier,
Yes.
it would be very healing for her body. Because if she visualizes, then when she drinks it, it will make the same effect as if she was in contact with the healing water of her original planet. So this would be a very good tool in her daily life to really feel at ease in her body while she transitions.
Yes. Very good. Can we continue looking at other parts of her body as you continue to work on her neck?
Yes,
Would you please do a body scan for her, please, and see where else on her body that needs attention?
we would like to address her head.
Yes.
I would like to just gently gently bring a soft healing wind into her head to let go of all the thoughts accumulated there.
Yes. Mm. Are there any prominent thoughts that she should bring awareness to?
Hmm. Sort of a constant concern for the future.
Yes.
And this is normal, we understand. But if she could bring her mind more to the present, she will see that the future that she's hoping will manifest, but on top of it, she will enjoy her present. Um, so all these thoughts, all these wonderings, all these concerns are not necessary.
Yes. Does it have a shape or color with these thoughts?
There's just so many. They're all shapes and colors, like all the possible colors and shapes.
Mm. Now that she understands it, can we help her release this place?
Like a box of Lego.
Yeah,
That is
right.
really, yes, we can help her release.
Thank you. Are you using the same technique or something different?
No, we're just gently doing like this.
Beautiful. Just let me know when you're done.
We're done, but we were wondering, we would like to also bring some light, just to fill it with light so that there's no more space for these thoughts to come back.
Yes, please go ahead and do it. Does this light have a color?
Yes, that's a really powerful and beautiful golden light,
Mm.
almost liquid,
Yes.
really to feel this head of hers. So now there's no more space for anything else.
Thank you. Will you please also, once it's filled, this beautiful golden light, would you please also help sealing this as well, if it's appropriate?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there any other part of her body that need to be addressed?
We are just down a little bit to her hips.
Yes.
Um, there's some stiffness here,
Yes.
and we would like to remove it, and this will allow her more ease to take steps, to take the steps that she needs to take. Like her hips are so stiff that actually taking the step is like an effort, if we can put it metaphorically. So we'd
Yeah.
like to remove this stiffness on her hips.
What was causing the stiffness?
Well, those are created by all these different fears and mainly this the society around and expectations and what the feeling of where you're at, where you're supposed to be, what you should do, the image of success, all the different layers of self, of when she looks at herself as well with severity, quite severity. All these sorts of self-imposed and also their surrounding. So all these different type of beliefs that when they aggregate, they bring the doubts and they create this veil that she was a bit stuck under. So I'd like to remove that.
Yes, please. Go ahead and do that now. How do you do that?
For that, we'd like to really transmute our energy. So this will be quite helpful for her. So we'd like to transmit our own energy, which will transform. It's circling now inside of her. There's like circling of energy around her hips that is transmuting what's there to create another type of energy that will be the opposite. That will be an energy of action and moving forward and confidence.
Yes. Wonderful.
Hmm.
Thank you very much. Can you continue to do the work while we're looking at other part of the body?
For now, this is what we would like to address. Maybe we just one last thing would be just to end with her feet and just remove any heaviness there again for the same purpose and aligning the energy with the hips. So just ensuring a fluidity of energy. And as we say that, we're gonna ensure the fluidity throughout the whole body. So just up and down movement with no resistance, just aligning the overall energy.
Thank you very much.
And while we do that, that she visualize that she easily step forward into the next stage of her life.
Yes. Beautiful.
Mm.
You can take your time and you can let me know when this is complete.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right. As we come to this time of the session now, we almost finished the session. I'm wondering if there is any message from angels, guides, or anyone that would like to come forward and give the message now.
Because it is such an important concern for her, we would just like to end by saying that any choice she will take will be the right choice. And we know this is difficult for a human to hear because it's, but it is the truth, because we can see in the energy all the different choices that she can take, and all the different, if we can say, consequences of those choices. And with all her heart and all our confidence, we can say that any choices she makes will be the right one. So she can really let go and trust.
Beautiful. Thank you. Is there any message for before we part? And I know that we are always connected, but for the session,
No, that's all.
thank you very much. Do you have any message for the collective?
Any small action contributes to the collective. The smallest act of compassion and gratitude contributes to the collective more than you know.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much for guides and angels and all the entities and everyone that are came here into our session and give us so many message and wisdom and important information for us to learn. Feeling good from head to toe, and welcome back. Welcome back.
my eyes my eyes were not opening.
So
Wow, too much light here.
yeah, take your time.
Yeah, it's hard to come back, no?
Yeah, such a beautiful place. I'm
Yeah,
so enjoying the experience.
it's hard to come back to leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome back to Earth. Oh my gosh, that was such a wonderful experience. I'm
Yes,
so thrilled. Yeah. Was
it was.
there yeah, just light and wisdom and just so much high vibrational energy was coming through.
Yes, it was very beautiful. I did feel the healing. I felt I felt it physically. I still feel it like a bit yeah, nauseous sort of, but I'm not gonna throw up or anything, but just like it's moving inside. Yeah.
Yeah. Was there any information or anything on the journey at that any point that sort of surprised you?
Yeah, I really felt the different guides coming like in me. I could feel the difference than when I was talking and when they came and talked. I could feel it inside of me, and I could feel it the difference between each. Even after when you ask the questions, it was another guide, and I could feel it was another guide that came through. I felt like different, yeah, different energy.
Yeah.
And the planet was hard for me to explain, I think, because it's not something my eyes are use to see.
Yeah.
So it was difficult for me to explain what was really going on because my brain was sort of not following what I was seeing. I could not really tell, but I was seeing it. It's just the way to express it was limiting.
Mm. Yeah.
I really didn't like. What was more surprising of me is then when you brought me to like an important day in this life, and that I arrived in this community event where I took the decision of coming. That was really surprising to me because
Mm.
I did past life regression, that I was in this life, so in this planet. So it's not like it's my first time coming to Earth. Like I know I've had past life regression, like I've had other life on Earth. But that was very interesting to me to move from like another planet, then decision to come here, then like the in between life. Yeah, that was so fluid and so easy at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything flows. Just yeah. They just organized for us to see it. I didn't have to do much.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was all linked. Like I, at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, why?" I really, really liked when you ask what was the purpose of showing this initial life, and the answer that came out, like that was like, "Oh, wow, oh, okay." Like, yeah, I really enjoyed that because it made like a link with this all. Otherwise it was difficult to see the purpose. Yeah, so that was nice for me to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. And how do you feel about being in this online session, experiencing of for the online session? Do you have any comments, anything to say about that?
For me it's really usual because I've been doing this other training that is like energy healing and channeling, and it's online, and I've been doing this for like 2 years now, and it's always online. So to me there's absolutely doesn't change anything.